or that cause issues.
Hello, and welcome to the Devil's Hour. I'm your co-host, Justin Brown, and we have Matt Benton. Say what's up, Matt.
It's going great, bruh. What's up?
Yeah, buddy, you're not going to be able to see jack shit, and you're just going to sit there and talk, and we're going to do a podcast. Since I'm the one that's running the show, you're not going to see anything but listening to me, and you'll be able to see the delayed version of the show on your browser, but that's it.
Oh my.
But here we are on episode 2. Matt's been a busy man, but we're starting to get the podcast somewhat together. We have a temporary intro. I don't have the on-screen chat working, but you guys can definitely chat amongst yourselves in the chat room. We will read your chat periodically, and there is the black cat. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, the cat. Here. I want to be like an evil villain. Come here.
Yeah, stroke the cat. But we're going to try to do an hour slot here since it's late here on the East Coast and Matt's over there on the West Coast, so there's a 3-hour difference. So it's late for me, not for him. And we got a pretty cool show. We're going to try to talk about as much of these things I have written down as possible. First off, we are going to discuss, of course, the Man vs. Paranormal film and the recently posted trailer for the Man vs. Paranormal film, and specifically the response that you think it's received since, I don't know, a week ago you posted. What do you think? What, for the most part, do you think it's been successful? Do you think people are responding to it well?
Yeah, a lot of people seems to be liking it. Actually, I'm getting mostly positivity, even when later, after 8,000 views, start promoting it, and it still was getting mostly positive. I was expecting more hate comments or something, but apparently I did not get that many. But it seems like a lot of people are loving it. I know Alex, he's like, it's like his #1 movie of the year that he's waiting for, which is funny. It's also kind of gives me a little bit more like pressure. It's like, this has to be good, because I need to have people to love this film, because people are really getting psyched for the trailer. They're getting hyped for it, which means more pressure on me to make it amazing.
There's nothing worse than a film that failed the person watching it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you can always make a film that maybe, you know, you're, for the most part, happy with, but if no one else likes it, then why even do it, right?
Yeah.
So, do you have an idea when you think it'll be out? Maybe fall? This
is my release date plan. It's what I'm shooting for, but it's not confirmed. Won't be confirmed until it's farther into it. But right now, I'm shooting for October 13th, 2018.
All right, well, Truth Paranormal Research and Investigations TV said the trailer kicked ass. They also said if you licked a cat's ass, you see ghosts, so you might want to try that. We got Josh Bender in the chat room tonight. We'll definitely be talking about Deadlight, and Josh Bender is the builder and creator of Deadlight. We have Cheryl Tilbury, as always, in the chat moderating. We got Thomas Paranormal, Nicole, Derek Schreiner's in chat, and we're rolling. We even got, yeah, that's all I see so far. So, anything that else that you want to say about Man vs. Paranormal at all?
What about some of our film shooting? Some of the shots we did. Some of what we did for that film. Sweat, blood, and tears. Literally blood, too. It's crazy how much effort is put into a movie. It took like 2 years almost. Almost 2 years.
2 years, lots of money spent, drones crashed and destroyed, blood poured.
Yeah.
So your own blood's been poured all over yourself. The 3 locations you picked, you're happy with them. They called to you in one form or another. Do you have any regrets about the locations that you chose for the film?
No. Actually, a lot of it went how I was hoping. for a lot of it. When it comes to Monroe House, found some amazing stuff, as you can see in the trailer, something like voodoo or witchcraft related, and it's intriguing as hell. The Monroe House, it's very mysterious, and I want to discover more. And hopefully, when I review, maybe I've captured something. I have literally so much video of static camera in one area of the Monroe House I had to review. I don't know if something will happen or not, but it's pretty insane.
Hey, do you have that photo of the thing that you're talking about that you found? Do you want to show the viewers a good photo of it? Can you send that to me real quick?
Which one? Of what?
The like stick figure thing, the Blair Witch shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where I have it. I think it's on my phone, and I can't do anything on my phone. But if you can like send it in Messenger, maybe the people that really don't remember it or recall from the trailer, which we will show on this podcast soon before we, proceed into other topics and stuff. But once he sends the picture, I'll throw it up on there. But I can tell you personally, me working on a film with Matt and helping him get B-roll, and even at Higginsport where I'm helping him, make sure that certain normal explanations for what he captured and experienced was not the case. I don't want to say too much about it, but I definitely helped him, think through and try to debunk what he captured. And in my opinion, I can't explain why it happened, and it's very interesting.
Here's the thing: you could say what happened because it was in the trailer. So that one's.
But it's. I'm more of an asshole if I don't. If you want me to, I will. Okay, the door. Let's just say the door moves. Okay. We're not going to go into big detail of it because we don't want to spoil it. We want you to actually see it for the first time, what actually happens. But we try to debunk what would make a door move. And if you can use your imagination, there's some things that can make doors move. They can open and close certain ways. And we made sure that that it wasn't those things.
Yes, exactly. And amazing. It's amazing what happened. I can't go. But in the movie, there's more to it than just a door moving. There's more to it. So, yeah, just watch the film when it comes out. It'll be in theaters and select theaters, I should say. And it's also, I'm about to you right now. I found it right here, the photo.
One thing I'll add about the film is that it's not only a personal journey for Matt, involving his paranormal research. It's something that's very internal and personal, and the isolation part of it is something that really hasn't been done. Kind of think Paranormal Survivor meets, paranormal researching. It's something that if you think about it, oh, that sounds great. It'd be cool to be in a place all by yourself, locked in for 3 days. It's not cool, is it, Matt?
No. And this is the reasons. Monroe House, for example, I literally gave up my cell phone completely. So no contact from the outside world. And I even gave up my car keys. And I'm just in the building for 3 days, not talking to a single human being.
It's just you and the stick figure that we're seeing now. I got it up on screen now, so do you want to talk about anything about it at all, or do you want to save it all for when the film releases?
Oh, we can talk a little bit. But yeah, it was found in the crawl space. Only like 3 paranormal teams have been in the crawl space. We're the 3rd. So it's pretty cool. Yep, I see it on the screen now. It's pretty cool what was captured here, what we found, and it kind of goes with the whole story about the mysterious Monroe House. And it feels like Justin told me one thing about the place. It feels like it doesn't want you to discover all the secrets of the house, is what Justin was saying. And I was like, that kind of feels like how it's like there. Mm-hmm. They don't want you to know all the secrets. And it's very interesting. I think it's definitely. It's like something that you expect in the movies, like actual movies, of something like that in a horror film. But it wasn't staged. That's what happened. Went in there, found that, and we found some other things.
Yeah, and I even experienced things for the short time I was there, helping you film some B-roll and pickup footage for the film.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that when I go back this year and actually do a full investigation, that it's going to yield some very interesting things, especially since I know how to, confront or attack or address the phenomena there. It's not like I'm going in blind. I have a pretty good idea what to do to try to get something, if you know what I mean.
Yes. And it's funny, too, because you brought your kids, too, and they got scared of it.
Guys, so, never take your kids to a haunted location, even when you're filming. It just is like, oh, we're going to go visit Daddy while he's working. It's probably not a good idea. I found out firsthand that it's not a good idea. So there, you guys got a good look at it there. I want to monitor the comments here because I couldn't see them there. It's like a voodoo doll, Derek says, and that's creepy as fuck, Cheryl says. And Truth Paranormal Research Investigations TV says he's right. You don't feel welcome in that place. It's odd. Yeah, it's just like the whole time it's ominous. You just feel like something does not. You don't feel welcome. Pretty much what Matt said.
Yeah. And you're not welcome even when you're there by yourself.
That's right. Anything else? We're going to go into the OMI rig real quick. We'll bring that up on the screen and let people see that. But anything else that you want to give them an update or let them know about the film?
Follow the Man vs. Paranormal Facebook page for all updates. And there will be more trailers in the future.
More trailers of Matt being himself in the dark by himself, losing his mind.
Yeah, being weird and going insane.
All right, the OMI rig. You were excited as all to be excited when you got all the parts in for that thing.
Yeah, it took a long time to build that build that thing.
As I'm trying to find it, why don't you start explaining what the OMI rig is?
The OMI rig. It's a rig. Here, let me just pull it up because I want to see.
I'm trying to find my photo of it, and I'm not finding it for some reason.
One from Facebook if you want, or I can send it to you.
No. I think it's in another folder. I gotta remember downloads. Let's see if it's in that one.
So the OMI rig, I wanted a rig that would have all these things, a whole bunch of devices into one rig where you could carry with one hand. So that would be the Sony FDR AX53, and that is a 4K night vision camera, great quality, onto a Camcaddy Scorpion stabilizing handle. That handle was like a key to this rig because I was looking all over the place to be able to figure out how to fit everything, and I couldn't figure it out until I found this. The Camcaddy is really useful. You get to adjust where you want your what do you call those again? The metal, flat metal.
It's a rail. It's like a hot shoe rail.
Yeah, so like for the hot shoe rail, you could adjust it wherever you want. You could buy multiple Camcaddy hot shoes that you could buy separately and put it wherever you want. So it was like perfect for what I was trying to make. And then what I wanted was the best IR light known to mankind right now, which is the Deadlight, the Necro, 40-watt Necro. It's a beauty, and it works very well.
Right, I finally got it up on the screen there, Matt. He's got it all labeled out there for you guys. So basically, what are you trying to achieve with this setup?
I wanted to be able to cross-check EVP sessions using the RVPR setup, in the RVPR setup is where you can cross-check 2 different audio files from a Rode mic, the Rode Shotgun mic, and also the Zoom recorder's recording, and it all goes into one SD card. So you have 2 recordings, but guess what? The Rode mic has some other. It could do things that the Zoom can't, and that's having electromagnetic interference easily. And if EVPs are created by electromagnetic energy or something involving that type of work, whatever they do, that involves EMF, and they could create EVPs that way too. Well, the Rode mic is susceptible to that, and that is why I believe, it was Justin that had the idea for the Rode mic for the RVPR setup. So pretty much this whole setup was created for the RVPR. It was created by David Roundtree and Paul Browning, and Justin Brown's the one that added the shotgun mic for more electromagnetic interference. And I wanted to add the MagCheck 95 sensor. That was also Paul Browning's idea, but it really goes with the setup, because if EVPs are caught and you have also another audio file that you can look at, and that would be just the EMF, and you hear the EMF pretty much, like you hear it making, what was the noise? It's more like buzzing, right? Buzzing noises when EMF is going through.
Yeah, it buzzes. Just to let you know that the my screen's going green again. It just stopped. Thank God. It drives me insane. But yeah, what Matt's trying to say is the hypothesis about the interference. The reason why I think, and Matt agrees, is sometimes you hear popping and crackling with EVP, and there's a reason why you don't hear it with your ear, but you hear it on the recording. And something has to be, in theory, interfering with the transducer inside the microphone. And you can do that via interference, okay? And there's other ways and other hypotheses, but on this particular rig, we're testing the electromagnetic induction hypothesis and certain capacitance theories as well. So there you go. It's trying to validate EVP by testing hypothesis. And even if you only get something on one mic and not the other, that still validates it. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Validation is key for the paranormal field, I believe. It should be. You need to validate everything. And it's hard to do, but with this setup you can when it comes to EVPs. Plus you can even get more data of EMF possibly being involved with EVPs with the MagCheck 95 sensor. And then you also have some of the best visual camera. It's probably one of the best consumer night vision cameras out right now, which is the AX53, and having the best IR light also is pretty awesome too. It makes this whole rig is about $2,200 to build, but it's totally worth it. So if you're interested, I'm going to be making a video about it, and I'm going to probably make a full list of everything you need to buy to make this rig, all the adapters and everything.
I already have that. I have that whole video tutorial and the list of stuff. If you want to share that, you can share that until you make your own.
Awesome. The face cam, which is also, it's really good for cross-checking yourself. Guess what? If I don't say a word, like my mouth is shut, get an EVP from the Rode mic, for example, or the Zoom recorder, but most likely the Rode mic, then you don't see my mouth move at all when those words are being said, and I'm the only one in the building completely. That's pretty interesting, don't you think? And I'll have the SD prove that I didn't tamper with it.
Yeah. A lot of skeptics out there, and says, well, that's just the person that's there making the noise. So you can definitely rule that out with the face cam.
Yeah, exactly. And you just sync everything up, all audios. There's actually 3 different audios here going on here. The Rode mic, the Zoom recorder, and the camera below. That's capturing 3 different audios and the 3 different type of mics too.
You forgot. There's 2 more. There's the face cam and the Mac check.
Yeah, but Facecam's audio is very bad.
I've gotten stuff on face cams and on the POV cams, like at Prospect Place. One of the electronic voice phenomena that I captured was on that, and I didn't. That was like one of the last ones that I found out about because I was reviewing those last.
Yeah, I didn't count the EMF because that only is listening to EMF. That's it. It's not capturing normal audio. That's why I didn't do that. But yeah, I guess you can count the full spectrum camera too, even though it's not very good sounding.
Oh, the quality's garbage, but it's possible to catch something on there.
Yeah. So you have 4 audio from 4. Well, one's coming from one device completely, but have the other extensions and recording in other ways. So like it's pretty awesome setup. I love it. It's actually, in my opinion, the best paranormal rig out right now. So
yeah, if you're interested in building this, hit me and Matt up. We'll help you out as much as we can. Definitely share around the Man vs. Paranormal trailer, where Matt's spending some money to sponsor it on Facebook right now, but any help that you may provide him would definitely be appreciated. Let's shift gears real quick since we only got an hour. I want to do some plugging on the Interface Death real quick. I want to announce that Season 5 on our Interface Death YouTube channel is starting very soon. We're heading to Moundsville this weekend to do an event with the Paranormal Quest crew at the Afterlife Museum. They got some haunted relics out there in Moundsville, down the street from the penitentiary, and that's going to be cool, and we're going to investigate the Sanford building. But we have the Season 5 that's coming out, and I will be giving a lot more information updates on that. We can talk about the Cloud Chamber, because there's a lot of work that we're going to be doing with the Cloud Chamber this year, and Matt is going to be a part of that as well, so that will be relevant for the podcast. If you don't know what the Cloud Chamber is, Interface Death is trying to prove that our hypotheses concerning how things manifest can be proven by using a cloud chamber. And if you don't know what a cloud chamber it is, basically it's an aquarium sitting on top of a box of dry ice. You squirt these float pads in the aquarium with alcohol, like high concentrated alcohol, and the alcohol vapor kind of swims down to the bottom, and the cold from the dry ice condenses it. Okay, and what happens is the ambient particles from the sun, the ionizing particles, will strip the electrons off the gas molecules in the air, and the vapor around that will show you what that particle decay looks like. Looks like little streaks of gray misty things. But if you got a magnetic field that's trapping those particles in, and if magnetic fields are in fact happening in a manifestation, we'll be able to see that manifestation happen. So if we build a full-scale model and stick it in a hot location, we may get a strange looking manifestation in there that may appear like what we can see. So Matt's pretty excited about it. He hasn't been...
I nerd out at like it, just like how I did with the OMI rig, except a little bit more. Like, this stuff is the stuff that excites me. I nerd out like so much when it comes to this stuff. And when is it actually coming to an existence, coming into reality, then I get even more excited and hyped, and I want to see it.
Yeah, a big contributor to the Cloud Chamber right now is my tech leader, Derek Schreiner. He's been doing the legwork and putting the money into the prototype version, and we've come a long way. It's a lot of trial and error, but the end result is we'll have a 6 foot by 3 foot by 1.5 foot glass thing that has like these copper coils in it, and it's cooled by a Freon refrigerator unit inside, and we'll have to wheel this thing around. So it's going to be something that's insane to do, but I think it is necessary to know what may be going on.
Yes.
So that, look for the Cloud Chamber stuff this year. Matt possibly might do a film about it. He's been talking about that.
Yes. If I want to film in certain locations that are very well known for full body apparitions, and have it set there for for a couple days, depending on the location. because locations are expensive at certain ones, like Birdcage Theater. I don't know if it still is because there's a new owner. Well, because the owner is dead. So I don't know if things have changed for how the prices go, but I want to go to Birdcage Theater because it's very well known for full body apparitions there, and I think it's a perfect place to set it up at.
Awesome. Okay, shifting gears again. Sorry, guys. Deadlight news for 2018. It's going to be cool. We're trying to develop a few new designs. I'm working with Josh Bender on, but one of the new things that we're working on is really, really cool. And maybe, depending on if Josh wants to, this weekend we might showcase one of the brand new features of Deadlight. But we're working on some other things. We just want to let you give you a little teaser update to let you know that there are new things coming with Deadlight when it comes to designs and features for the Necro and other versions of Deadlight. So I wanted to bring that up real quick. And Interface Death is going to be doing some 4K documentaries. The first one we're going to tackle this year is going to be at Willow's Weep in April. Okay, so on the Interface Death webpage, we're going to be releasing this 4K documentaries. It's not going to be on YouTube because we're going to have to charge because of the production costs and everything that goes into. So if you want to support us, and if you want to see some pretty cool documentaries at really cool locations that you probably won't see on TV anytime soon, look out for that. Go to interfacedeath.net and subscribe to the mailing list. Okay, real quick before we shift gears into our movie review, Matt, do you want to say anything about Virginia City?
Well, my next film I'm planning, after Man vs. Paranormal is done, I'm planning on making a full feature film about Virginia City. And the reason why, for two reasons. One, it's literally the place that made me start investigating. It's the place at the Old Washoe Club. I had the experience after asking, for the first time, asking a spirit questions, and I asked this one specific question: if there's a little girl here, can you please move something or make some kind of noise? And then bam, a brick gets thrown. And that's what got me started into this. Yes, I've had a lot of experiences before that, but this was the one that grabbed me because it just, like, that's when I got hooked, because it responded and it was something extreme. And I was like, holy shit, you can get this by communicating with them. I have to research this more. And that's how I got into the investigating part. That was in 2011, summer of 2011. For that reason, I want to go back. It's literally the reason why I'm an investigator today. And two, the most active location I've ever investigated on Earth so far is the Mackey Mansion. Never investigated a location more active than that location. It had everything: full body apparition, shadow people, people being scratched. I was tapped on the shoulder. Saw a voice recorder thrown across the room. The place is insane. Body voices, everything. You can name it. It pretty much, you name the haunted list of things that's claimed to be in haunted locations. It pretty much went down that whole list in one night. And there's no place better than the Mackey Mansion so far. At least, I don't know if I got a super lucky night or if that's how active it is a lot of the times. And that's why I want to go back and investigate there for multiple days. And I want to take Justin Brown with me because he has very similar views as a filmmaker, and he's really good at what he does. And I want the film to be spectacular. He's the one that helps me with a lot of the shots for Man vs. Paranormal too. And yes, and I want it to look just as beautiful. So I want Justin on board, and I want to do an actual team-up investigations with him for this film. Because let's just say doing it by yourself is not that fun. It's not. It really isn't.
Come on, man. You know you like staying in the House of Wills for 3 days.
Oh yeah, it was so amazing in that cold.
When Eric Freeman is like, "So, dude, what kind of gear do you have? I'm concerned." you may start to get concerned more yourself. Like, should I be afraid of the cold?
I was like, cold. I have a crappy sleeping bag and a snow jacket. That's about it.
He's looking at you like you're dumb. But
Yeah.
yeah, the Virginia, the stuff over in Virginia City is definitely going to be cool to film. It would just to stick glass on that place, and film it is just worth every possible amount of time that you can put into it, and all the paranormal things that could happen while doing it is just a bonus.
Yeah, it's also a beautiful place to shoot too.
Yes,
it's a great place to shoot at. There's a lot of I already am in my head right now thinking of B-roll shots for the film, so I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
It may happen. It may happen next year. It may happen 2 years from now. We do not know, but it's something that he'll probably want to do next if the cloud chamber hasn't done something crazy. Like if he may decide to do something about the cloud chamber somewhere in there, but I don't think that's going to be something that's going to be. We may film like the whole process of it. I know Derek is filming some of the stuff on the builds, but it might get to the point where we want to start documenting it more so we can create a story arc.
There is a place where we could put it. It probably won't be able to go in the Magic Mansion, but the old Washoe Club, there's the ballroom, has a lot of space. We could definitely fit it in there, in the ballroom of Washoe Club.
Derek's gonna have to buy a truck, dude.
Yep. Come down to the old Washoe Club.
We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah, that'd be freaking awesome. To put that in the film too. God, I want that to be a very high quality film, and I know we can do it if we're there for a whole week shooting with Justin and I. So I'm very psyched if we go do that.
All right, let's do the movie review.
Okay.
This time, we're going to try to do this once a week, guys. Every Thursday at 9 p.m. EST, which would be 6 Pacific, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to do movie reviews. We want to, change things up. Me and Matt obviously like film and movies, so we're going to talk about that. We're filmmakers. So he wants to talk about
Saving Private Ryan.
And why is that?
It's literally one of the best war films I've ever watched, and as a child, it's still burned into my memory, and I love it. It's something that immerses you into warfare. It was a film that changed the ball game for war films. It like pretty much just was like made all the other war films look like shit compared to this one. Not completely, but still, it like immersed you into that film, and I love that film a lot. It's gritty. It's real for a lot of parts, and it feels like you're there almost when you're really immersed into it. It's really good. Love it. Even I never had it until I shot my my gun M40, the Walter PPQ 45 M2. I shot that with no earmuffs one time. You hear that ringing in the beginning of the Saving Private Ryan part where the bomb goes off and his ears are ringing. It sounded exactly like that. Then I just thought of Saving Private Ryan. I'm having a Saving Private Ryan moment. I can't hear shit. At 45, maybe deaf.
It's an older movie, but if you remember back, it definitely changed how war films are now done and what people who watch those type of movies expect. Like, it raised the bar and is now a benchmark. It's definitely, an older movie, and it'll probably get into the realm of a classic movie not too long from now. But when Matt said, it immerses you in the combat and the different, scenes that you're watching, a lot of people don't realize how much sound design can help do that, along with how you're composing the shots, the style you're doing, and how you're doing the shots. That they get you right in there. They're very smart on how to get on tight shots, when to pull wide, when to run and gun, and when to set up a camera and just shoot traditionally. All that was done well, but I think the sound design, and when you talked about the ringing of the ears and how to immerse somebody using sound, was done just as well in that film. And that's one of the things that kind of go unmissed, especially with reviews. You don't hear Siskel and Ebert say, great sound design. They may talk about the soundtrack, but they don't talk about the sound design. And
Yeah.
that's one thing I want to give props for, because it's one of the best war movies sound design wise, and just like
Yeah.
Matt mentioned, the ringing of the ears, they kind of it. In reality, that's really all you fucking hear when you're out shooting shit and blowing shit up. The whole definition of being shell shocked is from that. You just get bombarded with all kinds of percussion stuff, and you just get shocked to death, and it like destroys your central nervous system. But if you heard a whole movie of nothing but ringing, it wouldn't be entertaining. But they put a little bit in there.
Yeah, they had a moment of that, and just to show it. And it's funny because that's literally how it's like. I know that for experience now when it comes to the sound messing up your ears like that for this, with gunfire and also the explosions. And it was that I literally lost my hearing for a good 10 to 15 seconds after that. And that's exactly what it sounded like. I just reminded me of Saving Private Ryan. It was legit. That movie is really well done. It's realistic. I like it.
What's your favorite part of the movie?
the Normandy beach scene.
Why?
It's the most immersive one out of all of them. Out of all the scenes, that was the most. You were mostly immersed. Well, the very ending was really good too. And not only that. That one's like a battle that's very well known, and you get the terror. You feel it a little. You feel like if they're in that situation.
The build up. They're below deck. Everybody's in their bunks. They're Some of them are freaking out. Some of them are like, stop crying, you wussy. And then when they're in in the boats heading towards there, they just stick a camera guy in there with just a handheld rig and nothing else. And they just run and gun inside that freaking boat. Oh, your screen's blinking green for a second again, just so you know. But, the shot, like, I'm sure you agree, where they lay down the ramp and the bullets start raining down on their face and they start bailing out. Like, that whole scene, how they did that, is so realistic, and you're just like, oh my god, you're watching this like, oh my god, these guys are all dead. I don't see how you could possibly survive that.
Yeah, I love that film. I remember it so well because I watched it so many times as a kid. It was one of my favorite films as a kid. It's the only thing that's like done it like just as well is The Pacific, which is a miniseries, and like the style is amazing. It's gruesome, and that's how war is. It's gruesome, not pretty, and it's messed up and sad, fear. It's all of that, and it immerses you into it perfectly. Especially you get that literally at the very beginning of the movie, and you don't even know the characters yet. That's how you get to know them, right through battle. And then afterwards, they build on with character development for each character. So yeah, it's a really good film. It's probably my top 10 favorite films ever.
Interesting. If you haven't noticed, Matt likes military stuff quite a bit.
Yeah, I have. Before I was an investigator, I was going for the Marine Corps for a long time. And I even kept going back and forth into it when I was, even as an investigator, trying to figure out if I still wanted to do that and do the investigating. But then I realized, I should go with my talents with filmmaking, and because I feel like I'll miss opportunities if I went into the military first and did that for so many years, and then try to do filmmaking. It's better if you want to get into the film business. And you have to, or just make independent films and make money off of it one day. Doing it for a living is what I want. And if you and it takes a lot of effort, a lot of time to do that. So I feel like if I went to the military, I would miss a lot of opportunities. And that's why I decided to stay with this. And also, it was pretty hard to get into. I went to MEPS and everything, and had medical surgeries in the past. That was getting a little difficult for me to get in. So that was also causing issues. To be honest, if I didn't have those issues, I would probably already be in, because there was a time period where I was like going for it, but the medical stuff held me back, and I had to keep doing that. But then I changed my mind. So good thing I did have those medical issues, or I'd be in the Marine Corps right now, most likely.
By the way, guys, sorry about the green screen that blinks periodically through there. I normally don't use Skype, but since I'm logged in on the Devil's Hour Production YouTube channel, I cannot call people on Google Hangouts because you can't log in on different accounts on the same computer. You may be able to if I use a different browser. We may have to try that next time. Maybe if I use a different browser, it'll work.
Yeah, not only that, there's one other thing. I'm trying to understand why you need two YouTube accounts, like your other one, this one. What do you use it for, the other stuff?
If I log in to your YouTube account on my Chrome browser, it'll log me out on my Gmail account for Google Hangouts, so I can't call you. I'm logged in as you. Yeah,
so why can't you call me from Google, my account, I mean?
Because you're on it. If it's a different account, maybe I can call you.
I am on a different account right now.
Okay, well, I didn't think about that.
That's what I meant.
That's what I meant. It'll be better next time, we promise. All right, so if you haven't seen Saving Private Ryan, go see it. If you haven't seen it, that's really weird, but stuff happens. Really good movie. What would you rate the movie before we continue?
A 10.
A 10. Yeah, it's a definite 5-star or 10 if you go 1 to 10. I cannot critique it at all. Of course, that there's probably some inaccuracies and things that are not really realistic, but you'll have that in some films. But it's the most realistic war film of its time made that I know about.
Yeah.
So moving on. Oh, did you want to add something?
Yeah, The Pacific. Go watch that.
Yeah. So he tells me every time to go watch The Pacific. So go watch The Pacific. Okay. We're going to talk about a cryptid topic, kind of get away from some of the other paranormal stuff we usually do. And at the end, we're going to do something that's kind of trending in paranormal news. So I thought it might be interesting to talk about Mothman in this episode. It's something that I've been researching for the last 5 years. It's very close to me in southern Ohio, being next to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, on the Ohio River. If you like this sort of thing, I definitely want you to check out my documentary on my YouTube channel, which is Interface Death, and all the trillion other documentaries that's covered the Mothman. The Mothman Festival is every September, like the third weekend in September. It's usually 16th, 17th, 18th, something like that, and it's a 3-day festival. If you're a paranormal group, you can definitely get a vendor registration and apply to have a vendor, or you can just go check it out. There's lectures, very, very reputable and educated people that know a lot about the Mothman phenomena and the whole history of it that lecture there. People that's written books about it. There's still even eyewitnesses there from 1967. So it's very, very interesting. Matt, when's the first time you remember hearing about the Mothman?
Well, I've been in the paranormal before. When it comes to, I haven't been an investigator for as long, like only about 7 years. But before that, I was still into the paranormal, and I think I've known about it way before I was even an investigator.
From the movie?
The Mothman, the movie? No, I haven't seen that movie.
You haven't? Oh, what the heck?
No, I haven't seen the movie.
We're reviewing that movie next week.
Oh shit! But the Mothman is I know that he's when big natural disasters happen, or any disaster happens, like 9/11, he's been seen. This one bridge that collapsed and killed a lot of people, that Mothman was seen, and I think it's interesting, intriguing. Like, you would think it's maybe something interdimensional. I don't know. Some warning signs. I don't know. It's interesting though.
Yeah, and what's very interesting to me is the witnesses that have no reason to lie, that seem reputable because they haven't seeked any fame and fortune, especially after it got huge, especially in the news. the eyewitnesses still, they don't want to, you know, they'll say they've seen it and that's it. They won't give interviews. They won't grant them. They won't, you know, do anything when it comes to working with the film that was done back in the 90s with Richard Gere, or whatever his name is, Gere, I think. And it's fascinating that people report something so fantastical and there's no evidence of them lying. And there's evidence that there's government conspiracy added in with the Men in Black that was cited after the fact. It's interesting that you brought up interdimensional because they kind of involve the UFO activity that's seen and cited, you know, cited around the Ohio River and Point Pleasant area. So it's right up a paranormal fanatics alley.
Yeah, it is. It's intriguing, and it's something that you can't really investigate too much because it happens when you don't know a disaster is going to happen. So you just, like, you know, just get the stories. That's about it. Can't really search for it.
That's a very good. That's a very good point. Even though it hasn't stopped me from trying so far, there's these TNT bunkers that they've been cited a lot, which is a wildlife reserve now. But there's still igloos from when they store ammunitions back during the last World War. And some people believe that there's still ammunition being stored out there, which I don't know. They're very old, and it's open to the public. There is some private property back there, and it's vast. They have aqueducts. They used to run trains in and out of there. They used to have power plants and cement plants and munition plants. And it's like an industrial complex, urban exploration paradise back there. So if you go want to check it out, it's worth it if you're close. And that will lead us into the last segment of the Devil's Hour, Episode 2. We want to talk about some trending paranormal news, and what me and Matt would like to talk to you folks about is the Demon House. Why don't you listen to Matt? Let Matt tell us what he thinks about the Demon House. Well, before he does that, we'll read an article. I have it here. The last article that was published, let's see, it doesn't give a date, but it was recently, within the last week. It's the paranormalwarehouse.com. It's been published on other sites, but this one's definitely one that's been following the story. It says Zak Bagans' Demon House in theaters soon. It has been years since Zak Bagans first announced his plans to film another full-length documentary. After rumors of the film being scrapped, Zak Bagans' Demon House is now set to hit the big screen this year. Byron Allen's Freestyle Digital Media has acquired the North American license of the film, announcing the movie's digital release on March 16th, 2018. The film will follow Bagans and his crew while they experience extreme paranormal activity throughout the home. Zak often referred to the house as the portal to hell and had the home demolished after filming. Zak's being quoted here. I destroyed the house because I do not, this is a typo, want anyone ever to live there again. I saw too many things, and there was something inside the house that affected everyone. The police, clergy, children, my production crew, everyone. And the source for that quote is Duca Amanda Freestyle Digital locks up Demon House, Deadline Hollywood, January 11th of 2018. So he said that recently. Before we let Matt take the mic here, the whole demolition, if you've been to Gary, Indiana, it's so rough. Like, the houses are so, dilapidated. There's houses being torn down left and right. There's abandoned houses. They're all boarded up. And just think, no one's in the house, Matt. The city's raining down on you, saying, "Hey, this place, if you're not going to fix it up, you got to tear it down." That's probably why he tore it down, because people were breaking in and out of it after it got popular.
He gave the reason why he tore it down. He said that he doesn't want anyone to go in there ever because of how evil it is. And the thing is about that, all you did was destroy the vessel, and or it could be the grounds in general. I don't know. I wasn't investigating the location, so I don't have all those details. But I believe if it was the house, he just destroyed the vessel and it went somewhere else. So that if it's something demonic, I don't see the point in destroying. It's probably better to keep it contained or keep it how it is, because then you can watch it. But now that thing's out, whatever. This is all theory, by the way. And if you learn from the Warrens, they've had a lot of haunted objects, and they keep them trapped and kept in the vessel. And I think that after destroying that house, they probably released it all, unless it's all just the grounds in general. I don't know. What do you think about that? Them destroying the house?
Well, you know me well enough to have some thoughts about that. Demonic or haunted objects with seemingly negative energies attached to them, I'm highly skeptical of, and I'll tell you why. My knowledge of such things, generally their target is people. Now, if they're going to attach to objects, in my experience, that they're put there, by people who know something about the occult or the dark arts, whether it be witchcraft, whether it be something else. So if that's the case, then we're dealing with something much more sinister and complex than just some demon wanting to hang out in a doll or what have you.
No, that's what I was envisioning, was some kind of ritual that was done with either the item or with the house. That's what I was envisioning. I was thinking like, oh, it just resides there randomly.
Right. I just wanted to, add to it, and
Yeah.
And he does in his quote. It says he doesn't want anybody to live there again. He really wasn't. It doesn't state that he was concerned about people, vandals going in or people going in that wasn't allowed. But I was thinking that it was probably not being kept up very well, and the city might possibly been involved with demolishing the place. Because if I'm Zach Bagans and I just bought the place for $35,000 and I filmed a film there, I'm not thinking like, ooh, I want to demolish it. I'm thinking like, what would Matt Benton do? Matt Benton would be like, I'm going to use this as an experiment, and I'm going to pick up little church girls off the street and throw them in there. See what happens. Call me crazy, call me bad. Is that unethical? Maybe not.
It's logical to me because you and I want to test the shit out of it, do a whole bunch of experiments, figure this thing out. What's going on here? I would be there. I would what's funny? I told when I was a part of Soul Seekers, I told Dante this too. Zach Bagans just stole my idea. I was I was going to buy a very haunted location and then investigate it for multiple years and make a big full feature film out of it. But he, of course, since he has the money and I don't, he did it before me. But yeah, that was an idea I had, and that's what I want to do, is find a very haunted location and investigate it for multiple years and then make a film out of it. That's why I'm very intrigued into this film, because it's something I've been wanting to see and have. Because here's the thing: when we go to investigations, we're there for a couple days, a day or a few days, and that's it. It's not very often where you have a legitimate team investigating it for multiple years, through 7 days a week. Maybe not that much. We'll say 5 days a week, every single week. That's crazy. That'll be awesome. That'll be a lot of footage too. I'll probably just have to gather the best. But it would be very intriguing. You could learn so much about it. Monroe House is probably a perfect candidate for something like that.
Yeah. I don't see Eddie being like, I'm going to open this up to the public and get some renters in.
Yeah.
That place does not show any signs of him wanting to fix that up rapidly at all. It just looks like that place looks like it done said to Eddie, don't do shit to this house. Don't come in here.
Yeah, Eddie, that's what he wanted the house for, was to flip it. But things keep happening all the time. It's slowing things down a little bit, I believe, because they're afraid of it. But he's working. This looks a lot different, actually. from the first time I was there.
Yeah, that one room you mentioned that had a lot of work done to it.
Yeah, there was like none of that was there, and it looks way better. I like it. And also they're doing they're making it into a museum now also. So
that's cool.
I think that's cool. That wasn't their original plan, but after all this paranormal stuff and everything like that, they decided to make it into a museum, and I respect that. I like that, and even the artifact that I found in there, this witchcraft thing, is going to be in the museum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of cool because Eddie said he was going to give me credit for that too. So that's pretty cool. Something that found for the film is going to be in the museum. That's pretty awesome, I think.
Yep, that is cool. But as far as the Demon House is concerned, March sounds like it's the date. Something makes me think that maybe Nick Roth's departure from the group maybe had delayed the film a little bit. Maybe there were some legal matters, that loose ends that may not have been tied up with it. Maybe.
I know scene stuff. I don't think that's what's happening completely. It's something like more of a relationship with Nick. That's what I understand by, and what I was told by people that know them. So we'll just say that.
All right.
We'll just say.
Well, we're coming up on the hour mark. Is there anything you would like to end with or plug before we end the podcast?
Well. Sure thing. Go follow Man on Facebook. Check out the trailer. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and also put a comment on what you think, because I'm curious. I want to, make this film for everyone. Something. It is out of my head. It's out of even Justin didn't know. He had a good idea, but that was the first time he actually got to see what I could come up with for a trailer for this. Something that was in my head. So. I love filmmaking because it expresses another form of you. It's an art form. It is 100%, and I can't wait until this film is out for you guys. So go follow that Facebook page. You get all the details about it. And in the future, I'll be releasing. I did a lot of investigations in the Midwest after this film. We'll be working on probably the Virginia City one, but also I'll be trying to post more stuff I did in the Midwest on this channel. So subscribe to this channel, please. Subscribe to Devil Tower Productions. Because
I'm up in this bitch now. It's better than ever.
Yes. Now, damn. It's like it makes this channel spike.
Our tips is officially cemented together. When we touch tips, it won't separate now. And now we've become a higher form of paranormal investigator. So now you're stuck with us as a tandem.
Apparently we're like the Power Rangers now.
Yeah. Except less gay.
Yes, less gay. I even remember as a kid hating Power Rangers because I thought it was corny as hell as a kid. That's sad.
It is. But check out Man vs. Paranormal. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not done so already. Like it, share it, do all those things we ask you to do. Because why? It helps us not only get the word out and help us do the advertising that we struggled to afford, but it shows that you support us, and which gives us more incentive and drive to keep doing it. Also, check out interfacedeath.net. Go subscribe to that mailing list. Go subscribe to that YouTube channel. Like every single thing. Tell everybody that we're cool. Go to the Patreon page. That's linked up there on the website, and go support us if you think that we're doing something good. Look forward to the new projects me and Matt are doing. Next week, we're going to come up with new topics, new movies to review, different news, different things. But the last thing I want to plug, Interface Death will be at Moundsville, West Virginia this weekend, and we're going to be live streaming, vlogging, doing an investigation, hanging out with Paranormal Quest, which is going to be the first time we've been done that, and that's been 5 years that I've been wanting to do that. So a lot of good things and cool things happening this weekend. So keep an eye out. It's going to be fun. Also, go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say that, by the way, I'm going to be hanging out with Chill Seekers and also Steve Huff and everything, and JJ Paranormal a little bit next month. So might be posting things about that too.
I will PayPal you $20 if you rub Steve Huff's head and say, "Can I rub your head for good luck?" You got to do it on camera, and it's got to be live. $20. You hear that? Everybody donate to our Patreon and pay off that $20. That $20 there. We want to see Matt rub Steve Huff's bald head.
Be like, hey there. First time meeting him. No, I never even said a word to him. It's be like, hey there, can I just pet your head for good luck?
All right, guys. With that, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much for tuning in. We appreciate all the support we get. Let everybody know that we're doing this podcast. They might like it. Until next time, we'll see you again next Thursday at 9 p.m. EST, 6 p.m. Pacific. You all have a good evening, and we'll see you next time.
No, 1 second. Rachel Scott says, I'm seeing the trailer on news articles I read on Facebook. News articles? I want to see this. Rachel, send it to me.
You're saying Man vs. Paranormal news articles? Link me the news article right now, Rachel.
Yeah, I'm actually curious. Rachel.
News articles?
Where is that?
Yeah, you're going to have to copy URL and paste it in Justin's or Matt's Messenger inbox. Because that's news to us.
I'm actually curious. Yeah, that is news. Paranormal. Or maybe wait, hold on. Let me read what she said. Oh, wait, the trailer? Yeah, because the Demon House trailer's not even out yet. So, yeah, it has to be something news-related. That's from our thing. Where? Google. I don't see it anywhere. Yeah, please link that if you're seeing that somewhere. Man vs. Paranormal premiere, live sci-fi TV. What? Oh, that's something else.
He read live sci-fi, and I think his brain exploded. Well, I tried to end the podcast, but it didn't work. You're stuck with us. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
I guess we want to see. We want to see.
Rachel Scott said yes.
She said yes about what?
She says I'll have to send it on Facebook. Yeah, I really want to see that because I'm looking
it now so we can actually see it right now.
Yeah, you can see our reactions right now.
While you're sending that, I'm going to go ahead and show your trailer. Some of the people watching it may not have it. I'm going to go ahead and throw it up. So, stand by, Matt.
Of prolonged isolation, paranoia, depression, helplessness, brain stimuli decreases. Now what happens when you put a man isolated in 3 paranormal infested buildings for 3 nights in each location, all by himself? No one to help me. No one to protect me. Just me versus you. Does paranormal activity increase?
So what do you think of this piece of evidence?
I think by far it's the best piece of evidence we have seen here.
That's flat out amazing. And that's something we've never captured.
Oh, wow.
What? Nobody has ever got it on video.
That's creepy.
In 11 years.
So no one's ever caught this on video?
Never. Ever.
Here is my story, and here is what I went through for my research into the paranormal. Push the door, please.
Oh, now he's giving me shit about spelling his name with one T. Come on, dude. It's shorthand. Shorthand, Matt. Well, Rachel was talking about the sponsored YouTube ad that Matt paid for to, grow his, reach on social media. So that's what she was talking about. But you've seen the trailer. Go share it on Facebook. Go check out Man vs. Paranormal on Facebook, and the trailer's there. You can share it. Thanks everyone for watching. Tune in next week. Too bad that we don't have enough subscribers on this YouTube channel. You can do super chat, but just like and share the video if you want. That would help support the channel. And subscribe if you have not subscribed. Anything else, buddy? All right, guys, you have a good one. We love you. Good night.